They're dubbing it the Pronunciation Bowl as Kansas takes on Arkansas in the Liberty Bowl. And this is going to be a fun one, guys. This is a very, very interesting matchup for many different reasons. Both teams come in at 6-6, but Kansas is thrilled to be sitting at that mark, while Arkansas can't help but view this season as a major disappointment. The Jayhawks come in to their first bowl game since 2008. The Razorbacks, who won 9 games in 2021, regressed to 6. And you can't help but wonder, will the Hogs have a lot of motivation in this game? We know the Jayhawks will, but will Arkansas have it? That is the question that we're answering today as we break down everything you need to know for this Liberty Bowl and, of course, share our official prediction. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad that you could join us today. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Of course, check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. For just $29.99, guys, we have our holiday special where you'll get every single college football bowl game spread pick and every pick against the spread for every NFL playoff game as well. So all postseason football, all college football bowl games, all NFL playoff games combined into one package for one low price for some of the best picks in the country, guys, beating out over 80% of the national analysts, hitting over 60% of our bets so far this season. Take advantage of it, guys. Sign up today and become a part of our GE Nation. So let's take a look at this game. I mean, this is a very, very interesting game. Kansas probably should have been playing Missouri in this bowl game. So Kansas, I'm sorry for that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that your biggest rival is too scared to play you. Arkansas, on the other hand, you look at them. They wanted to be in a Florida Bowl. They wanted to go somewhere better. I mean, 9 wins in 2021 to regress to 6-6. The inability to win the close games. It hurt the Razorbacks this year. You cannot but wonder, will that hurt them? Will the motivation be there for Arkansas to finish the year with a winning season and try to carry some momentum into 2023? Offensively, let's take a look at the teams. Kansas, guys, the offense is a major reason for their resurgence. 34.2 points per game on the year for the Jayhawks. So averaging 230 passing yards per game, 194 rushing yards per game. Jalen Daniels is back. He missed the majority of the year with the injury. Came back for those last few games of the regular season. Over 1,400 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Also has nearly 400 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. They have Devin Neal at running back. He's over 1,000 yards on the year for 9 touchdowns. And I'm telling you, that RPO style, whether Daniels is going to keep it, whether he's going to hand off to Neal, or Daniels is going to pull it and throw, that's going to be really, really difficult for this bad Arkansas defense to handle. We'll touch more on the defense here in a second, but it's going to be very, very difficult to stop. The biggest key for Kansas, though, guys, is they need to take care of the football. They like to go really fast. And sometimes when you go super fast, you cough up the ball a little bit more than you want. Jayhawks had 5 turnovers in their last 3 games. They have 11 turnovers in their last 5 losses. Remember, the Jayhawks were 5-0 at one point this season, finished the year at 1-5. 5-0 start, 1-5 finish. In those 5 losses, 11 total turnovers. Got to take care of the football. You look at Arkansas, guys, their offense is decent, 30.7 points per game, 230 passing yards per game as well, just like Kansas, but they average over 220 rushing yards per game. The thing that has hindered Arkansas the most is the inability to bully teams up front like Sam Pittman wants to, the inability to play bully ball with that offensive line, and poor play calling from their offensive coordinator, Kendall Briles. And if you talk to most Razorback fans, they're quite fed up with Briles and the calls. They do have a very veteran quarterback, though, in KJ Jefferson, over 2,300 yards, 22 touchdowns on the year, has rushed for 510 yards and 7 touchdowns as well. They've got Rocket Sanders at running back, over 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns there. The Razorbacks have an RPO-style offense of their own. Are they going to hand it off to Rocket Sanders? Is KJ going to keep it, or is he going to take it back and chunk it deep? Problem is, who's he going to throw it to? Their number 2 wide receiver, Jaden Hazelwood, is out. He is moving on to the NFL, 702 yards and 3 touchdowns for him. Keytron Jackson was 4th in reception on the team. He is out, transferring out. And wide receiver Warren Thompson, 178 yards and 2 touchdowns, is also out. So 3 of the top pass catchers for Arkansas will not be playing in this game. You can see the possibility that Arkansas is going to try to go back to their roots and just run, especially against a very poor Kansas defense. Both teams, guys, have very bad defenses. The Jayhawks, guys, 33.8 points per game. Here's the number, 194 rushing yards per game. That is what they're allowing. They gave up 230 rushing yards to Kansas State, 427 rushing yards to Texas, 264 to Texas Tech, 273 to Baylor, 298 to Oklahoma, 174 to Houston. They've only held two opponents to under 100 rushing yards, and one of them was Tennessee Tech all the way back in the season opener, the other Iowa State, who had a very, very poor offense this season. So two teams they've held to under 100 rushing yards. The rest of them, they've allowed way, way more than that. Arkansas has the offensive line and the running backs to put up those numbers, and a mobile quarterback as well, which adds to their cost. So that's what Arkansas needs to do to attack Kansas, and Kansas, if you want to beat Arkansas, you've got to stop their run game, because if it works, they should, in theory, keep doing it, although Kendall Briles probably would say, oh, never mind, let's start passing it if the running game works. That's neither here nor there. You look at Kansas, 24 sacks on the year, 20 forced turnovers. They did allow, though, 30 points or more in 8 of the games this year. The only exceptions to that were Tennessee Tech, Iowa State, Duke, who they allowed 27 points to score, and then Oklahoma State. So you have 4 teams to under 30, Tennessee Tech, Iowa State, Duke, and Oklahoma State. Kansas defense, guys, not great, but they try to make up for it with their offense. Arkansas, their defense, of course, has been quite abysmal this year as well, and now they're going to be without a lot of key starters on their side and without their defensive coordinator. Barry Odom leaving Arkansas as defensive coordinator to take the head coaching position at UNLV. They're going to be without their top 2 linebackers and Drew Sanders, who's going to the NFL, and Bumper Pool. They're going to be without Miles Slusher in the secondary, and the secondary has really been the Achilles heel for Arkansas this season. The Razorbacks are giving up nearly 29 points per game, 274 passing yards per game, and 179 rushing yards per game. So the defense has been horrible for Arkansas, plain and simple. But when you talk to most Razorback fans, they tell you it's the passing defense that has hurt us the most. The secondary that's been the worst part. And I expect in this game, guys, that Kansas is going to put up a lot of points. Arkansas will put up a lot of points too. I expect Kansas to do just the same. Arkansas has to find a way to make Kansas one-dimensional in this game. They have to find a way to slow them down and say, Jalen Daniels, beat us through the air, and that's it, or Devin Neal, beat us on the ground, and that's it. You can't allow Kansas to be balanced. You can't allow them to go fast-paced like they want to and dominate offensively. If Arkansas allows them to do that, they will not win this game. I will give the Razorbacks a little bit of credit. They've been a little bit better defensively since the bye week, but still not great. They gave up 226 rushing yards to Missouri. They gave up 703 yards to Ole Miss, even though they beat the Rebels by 15, gave up a lot of yards in that game. They held LSU to just 284 total yards in a cold game that the Razorbacks lost by 3, and they only allowed 91 rushing yards to Liberty. So they've had their moments down the stretch, but can they put together one more complete game, especially now without their defensive coordinator and being very thin at that linebacking core? Yeah, again, guys, the pronunciation bullshit, call it what you want. This is a very, very tough game to pick. You know, you look at both teams, both have great offenses, both want to run the ball, they want to run it well. Both teams have really, really bad defenses. I might even consider taking the over in this game because I think they're going to see a lot of points scored between Kansas and Arkansas. You do worry about motivation, too. Kansas wants this. First bowl game since 2008. This is a big deal. They're excited to be in the Liberty Bowl. Arkansas, probably not nearly as much considering the expectations they had earlier in the year. But bottom line, guys, is I still am leaning Arkansas in this game. I genuinely think Arkansas is the better team. And if they just wake up for this game, if Sam Pittman has his team ready, they should beat Kansas. Not by a lot. Don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. But Arkansas, to me, is the better team. They have the better quarterback. They have the better ground game. And I think their defense can make just enough plays to beat the Jayhawks in this one. So the Razorbacks might not be as motivated, but as long as they don't come out flat and show no effort whatsoever, Arkansas should take down Kansas. They'll clinch their second straight winning season, which a few years ago no one would have thought was possible for Arkansas. Back-to-back winning seasons, and they hope to fix everything heading in to 2023. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. The holiday special, $29.99, gets you all postseason football picks only on thegridironexpert.com. Make sure you go check it out. Sign up today and win big with us. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.